Hey everybody, welcome back to Mass Effect with the Long Couch. Guys, after much deliberation, much hardship, and trial, we are ready to leave the Citadel. We're going to get out into space. We're here at the docking bay, and we're going to start off this video with a very exciting elevator ride up to the Normandy. Beautiful.
So tell me, who'd win in a fight between you and Shepard?
That question smacks of impertinence. Commander Shepard is a Spectre with a distinguished service record.
So was Saren. Think about it.
Well, I don't have a distinguished service record yet as a Spectre. I guess I do as a Commander. I'm not sure which one he meant, actually. But yeah, I've been a Spectre for all of like 20 minutes so far, so let's just wait and see how I do, I guess. In terms of who would win in a fight, well, hopefully we don't ever have to answer that question. Garrus has a cool-ass, like, holographic eyeball thing. Like a scanner or something. It's like a scouter from DBZ's wearing over his eye. Hey look, it's the ambassador, and is that the captain? What's up, homies?
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
Oh.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This seems kind of abrupt. I mean, I'm happy to accept, but what's going on?
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Really? You hid this from me? What went wrong?
What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Yeah, so we knew that he had some kind of history with Saren, right? But we didn't know exactly what. Now we have a little bit more info.
Saren's not gonna get away this time.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him.
Oh.
But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
Okay. Two decent leads.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
Ugh.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
Okay. I'm on it.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Ah, we've actually got 3 places to check out. I'm pretty sure that Asari Liara is our last squad member, guys, so we should probably go there first and grab her.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I mean, I don't really care. I kind of care. I don't know.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop Saren.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, I don't really like that guy's outlook, because yes, I was a human before I was a Spectre, but if we're gonna do this, we have to like rise above our race boundaries, right? I can't think of myself as a human in the galaxy. Like, we're all galaxy dwellers, right? I gotta do the right thing for everybody.
Yes, Commander?
Are you okay?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
You know what? You're an alright guy, Captain.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
This doesn't matter after I asked about it. Jeez.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Sounds like something he would do, and honestly, that's not a bad plan as long as nobody died during it.
He was smart. You needed a diversion.
This went way beyond a simple diversion, Commander. The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived.
Okay, never mind.
There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Okay, I take back what I said.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a dick.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
It's not fair.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't.
Okay.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
They've led me into a loop here.
Maybe he was
The
just
only
trying
thing
to
I
make...
care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
What else can we talk about? Ooh, we got a lot to do here. Oh, and Baines. Okay, let's hit this one up first.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know.
Well, he's pissed.
Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
Are you sure?
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military is keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
Yeah, I don't think he's lying about that, but something is definitely not right with that story.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city.
Oh.
Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
That actually sounds really cool. I really want to check that place out.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Okie doke.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
Very good info.
Where can I find Admiral Kahoku?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Bane's death. Is there anything else, Commander?
Okay, I think we're good with the captain here.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Okay, well, sorry guys, but our departure is delayed. We have to go talk to Admiral Kahoku before we leave. Might as well get it out of the way, right? No sense in leaving and having to come back later, because maybe he'll tell us, like, where to look out in the galaxy.
So how about it, Garrus? Is this better than C-Sec?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats C-Sec.
There may just be hope for you yet, Turian.
Yeah, I want a big, awesome bromance between Rex and Garrus. And I want to be right in the middle of it. I want to be in the middle of a Garrus-Rex sandwich. Does that sound gay? I don't know if it would be gay, because I am playing as a woman. But Longcouch is not a woman. I don't know. There's some metaphysical distinctions that need to be made there, I guess. Probably not worth dwelling on. I wish I could fast travel from the ship. Like from the Normandy itself. That'd be really handy. But in any case, Citadel Tower. We gotta get back there right quick, guys. Hey, Admiral! Where are you? You're over here, right? Unless you moved.
No, I'm waiting to speak. Commander, any luck finding my recon group?
Baines. Yeah, I'm on it. Don't worry. No, let's say I'm on it.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm gonna stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though.
Okay, great.
Not too many people have free access to the tower.
Commander, any luck finding my recon group?
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
Huh.
You should have mentioned this earlier, Admiral.
Baines is already dead. It's too late for him. I'm only concerned about my team. Someone has to find them. Please, Shepard, I'm counting on you.
Okay, that didn't really tell me anything new. I mean, it did tell me that it's connected to the side quest he gave us earlier, but no real new information to go on. I wonder if somebody is, like, posing as Baines. That could be the only reason I could think of for why somebody thinks that he's involved in the medical extortion racket down here on the Citadel. It's so weird. Lies on top of lies, guys, and it all falls to us to sort it out.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice that I got a journal entry right as that popped up. Did that actually give me a side quest? Yeah, it did. Look, guys, we got an entire freaking side quest just from this this elevator dialogue. I wonder how many of those we haven't gotten and we've missed. That is really interesting. If I hadn't gone back to talk to Kahoku, I would have never gotten that side quest. That actually kind of cheeses me off a little bit, if I'm being honest. Oh my god, this elevator takes freaking forever. And I can't actually talk to Rex or Garrus right now. It says I can, but it doesn't let me do it. So you guys will just have to settle for me, then. Alright, we made it. But we can inspect the Normandy from here? Nice. Okay, I know that we keep putting this off, guys, but let's just try and keep up on the codex here.
In the early
What do we get?
In the early 2160s, the Alliance began aggressive colonization of worlds in the Skyllian Verge. much to the dismay of the Batarians, who had been developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies. Hostilities peaked with the Skillian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, I've never encountered one of these guys. There's just so much lore in this game.
Pharaohs,
it's fantastic.
There are between 200 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed.
Oh.
Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, the fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society.
And that right there smacks to me of their justification for why we're going to have enemies to fight on these worlds we explore.
Combat
Fine with me.
A mass accelerator propels a solid metal slug using precisely controlled electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. The slug is designed to squash or shatter on impact, increasing the energy it transfers to the target. If this were not the case, it would simply punch a hole right through, doing minimal damage. Accelerator design was revolutionized by Element Zero. A slug lightened by a mass effect field can be accelerated to greater speeds, permitting projectile velocities that were previously unattainable. If accelerated to a high enough velocity, a simple paint chip can impact with the same destructive force as a nuclear weapon. However, mass accelerators produce recoil equal to their impact energy. This is mitigated somewhat by the mass effect fields that rounds are suspended within. But weapon recoil is still the prime limiting factor on slug velocity.
That makes so much sense, and that's something I never even thought about, but that's exactly right. I'm pretty sure that actually checks out, scientifically speaking. You reduce the mass on something and then make it go fast enough, and like the kinetic energy impact will be massive. Even something totally as innocuous as like they said, a paint chip can be like a
Stand by.
a massively destructive force.
Decontamination in pro.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
What exactly feels wrong?
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Oh.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Now we do things my way. Nah, let's be real.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy. This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space. Our enemy knows we're coming. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down. This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on. The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
He doesn't matter anymore. Jesus Christ. I've got to start picking these options, guys, even though they seem real mean. I have to.
The captain's not here. I'm in charge now, Joker, and time's wasting. Get this bird in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Fuck. But see, I didn't even get renegade points for it. I was really hoping I would. Well, now I was just an asshole for no reason. That's okay, though. Let's look outside. More codex. Yeah. Give me all the codex. We got an entry for, I guess this, FTL drive appearance. New space travelers ask, what does it look like outside a ship moving at faster than light speed? Part of the answer can be seen in a simple pane of glass. Light travels slower through glass than it does through open air. Light also moves slower in conventional space than it does in a high-speed mass effect field. This causes refraction. Any light entering at an angle is bent and separated into a spectrum. Objects outside the ship will appear refracted. The greater the difference between the objective exterior and subjective interior speeds of light, the greater the refraction. This is so awesome. I have the biggest nerd boner right now. As the subjective speed of light is raised within the field, objects outside will appear to redshift, eventually becoming visible only to radio telescope antennae. High-energy electromagnetic sources normally hidden to the eye become visible in the high blue spectrum. As the speed of light continues to be raised, X-ray, gamma ray, and eventually cosmic ray sources become visible. Stars will be replaced by pulsars, the accretion disks of black holes, quasars, and gamma ray bursts. To an outside observer, a ship within a mass effect drive envelope appears blue shifted. If within a field that allows travel at twice the speed of light, any radiation it emits has twice the energy as normal. If the ship is in a field of about 200 times light speed, 200 times? Man! It radiates visible light as X-rays and gamma rays, and the infrared heat from the hull is blue shifted up into the visible spectrum or higher. Ships moving at FTL are visible at great distances, though their signature will only propagate at the speed of light. So I didn't follow that 100%, but you know what is cool? Is how they factor in the Doppler effect into some of these explanations. The whole blue shift and red shift thing, guys, is actually extremely fascinating. That's the reason that we know that the universe is just kind of expanding infinitely, is because when we look out from our own galaxy and we look at other galaxies, mainly the ones like that are, you know, pretty far away from us outside the local cluster, if you look at the light through a an infrared spectrum, light that is moving closer to you becomes blue shifted, and light that is moving farther away from you becomes red shifted. And what we've found as we looked out into the universe is that everything outside of our own local cluster is actually red shifted, even the stuff that's moving in the same direction as us. So the logical conclusion from that is that everything is basically becoming farther away from us because the space in between the galaxies is expanding faster than the matter can actually keep up with it. So what that means is that in, I don't know, probably a couple billion years, when the space between all of our galaxies is so great that the light can't actually keep up between it, then we will think that we are the only galaxy in the universe, which is kind of insane. That'll also happen to like any other species that evolve at that point and never got the chance to look out and see other galaxies. So it's actually a really depressing thing, but it's just such a cool scientific fact. It's one of my favorite little facts of knowledge. Alright, I'm done nerding out on you. Let's talk to Joker.
Commander, something you need?
Give me a status report.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Yeah, and you're so humble, too. It's weird.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What?
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Damn, that's kind of rough, honestly.
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
That's... wow, I wonder if this is real, or if they just made this up for the game. There's probably something similar to it in real life, even if it's not called Frolic Syndrome, right?
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I don't appreciate your indignation at the question there, because how the fuck do I know how ships are flown in, what is it, 2183? There could be pedals. Why wouldn't there be? It's gotta be a complicated process, right?
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Okay.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Alright, well, if you're gonna be cocky, I guess it's good that you've earned it, so I respect that.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Cool, cool.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, see ya. Guys, I really can see why everybody loves the story and characters in this game. Everybody's just fleshed out so well. Like, really intricate backstories and, like, good character development. I actually really wish that this was just actually Seth Green, though. Like, the character of Joker is cool and all, but I kind of wish his face was just Seth Green, and I wish that was just his name. Like, I love Seth Green, okay? I've loved Seth Green ever since I saw him in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He played this really badass character named Oz. Just the coolest dude ever in that show. And he's also really good in that movie called, I think it's called Sex Drive. It's like a teen sex comedy. But Seth Green plays an Amish person, and he's absolutely hilarious in that movie. It's really good stuff. Anyways, let's talk to Navigator Presley. Or not. It says talk, but I actually can't. Yeah, that straight up doesn't work. Alright. I guess most of the squad mates should be hanging out around here, right? FTL comlink? Okay. Got another codex entry. I'm not gonna look at that right now. I want to run around and talk to everybody on the ship. If I can actually find people. I don't know if people are hiding from me right now or what. What's up, homies? Just hanging out here on the table, having a chat. I know I'm like the commander of the ship now, like the supreme commander. Well, wait, I was always the commander, right? So shouldn't I be the captain now? But they're still calling me commander. I don't know. I guess you can pilot the ship and still just be a commander, right? Hell, I don't know.
Anything you need, Commander?
Tactical appraisal?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Okay then, Caden.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Yeah, I was gonna have a nice conversation with you, but instead I'll just go fuck myself. Alright, looks like we got a Banshee 2, Hammer 2, and a Reaper 2? Nice. I don't know where that stuff came from, but I'll take it. For sure. Here we have a sleeper pod. Okay, we'll read about that later. These have got to be for, like, very long-distance journeys that take a while, right? It's kind of like cryostasis. Instead of staying awake for the 1-year journey to the outer rim of the galaxy or whatever, we just go to sleep in one of those instead. Personnel manual. Okay, the codex entries are really piling up now. And is that all we got down here? I feel like I missed a door somewhere. No, we went in there. There was nothing back there. Did I go in this door? Ah, here we go. Yep, this is what I was thinking of. Already maxed out on Medigel. There's the doctor. This is the room I spawned in on my first time on the Normandy. There's nothing back there. Okay.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I respect that.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
Oh yeah, we've had that conversation before.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I don't need to waste time on it again. But basically, the gist of it was that he has an old design of biotic implant, and it makes him crazy and gives him hallucinations and all kinds of crazy shit. Well, actually, no, I guess for him they said it has the potential to do that stuff, but for him it only gives him migraines. So he gets off pretty easy, because I guess for most people, having the L2 implants has like really serious mental side effects. But not Caden. He's good to go, apparently. There's the rec officer. Oh yeah, I got some new licenses. Do you have more stuff for me now?
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
You should have some really good stuff for me now, right? We've got medium armor here. Oh, this would be a huge upgrade. A little less in the biotic category, but way better on the other stuff. It's Scorpion 4. It's 3 levels above what I'm using right now. But it's also
looking for supplies?
Very, very expensive. Also, I hate that...
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
I hate that hitting B to backs me out of the whole menu. You gotta hit X to hit comparison done to go back to the regular menu, but I wish you could just hit B, because that's what my brain wants to do all the time. So let's see. Let's see if I can afford anything in this frickin' menu. Okay, here we're getting into some stuff here that I could actually afford. Ammo, weapons. He's actually got a lot of stuff in here now, which is cool. No real things that jump out at me. No, like, inventory upgrades. And I think in terms of weapons and armor. I'm going to stick to what I've been saying. I'm going to wait till I actually get out into the galaxy and see what kind of stuff I can scavenge. And then if I don't end up finding good stuff out there, then I will start buying stuff.